slopes.
Our class, I mean, it's kind of...
Well, 80 days-ish, right? Or 20.
Estimate.
Estimate, approximately. Here's some grade for you. You might recognize this. This is essentially a top view. Well, did anybody recognize where it is or what bike race it is? Alan?
It's the Tour de France.
It is the Tour de France. Recognize the pass. It's the Galabert. 7.1%. When you think to yourself, 7.1% really isn't that big of a deal. It isn't. Because 7.1%, going off of our grade chart, 7.1% is what is a decimal? 0.071. Okay, it's damn close to that. It's almost exactly that. 4 degrees. You're like, 4 degrees? Why do these guys do drugs to do this stuff? Because they do it for like 85 miles. And that's an average grade of 7.1, which means in sections it's steeper. For example, right here. That's called a switchback. Why do they put switchbacks in roads?
To control the grade.
So people don't die.
Yeah.
If you made this road go straight from here to here, it would be a hell of a lot more than 7.1%. Because you'd have the same rise, wouldn't you? You'd have the same rise. You've got to get from that elevation down to that elevation. But the run is much, much shorter. So if you take a rise and a run, and you shorten the run, doesn't the road necessarily have to get steeper to make up for that? Yeah, that's why switchbacks exist. The Mackenzie Pass ride I did is full of switchbacks, and they are beautiful. And it's great getting to the top of one and looking back down and being like, holy crap. If they had made this road go straight down, I would have dropped 40 feet over 200 feet, and I'd be dead right now. Because it was covered in ice when I came up. Yeah?
I was camping once and I saw a little sign that said the lake is 2 miles that way.
Yes?
And I jumped on the trail, figured I'd be there in a couple hours.
Uh-huh.
It was full of switchbacks that not only went
Yes.
back and forth, they went up and down.
So I wonder, was the 2 miles... Bird's eye. It was crow flies. Crow flies 2 miles. Yeah. Next time, go through the woods.
Oh, man, that took me all day.
Right through the woods next time.
Yes.
Here's another one. I love this view because you can actually see why they put switchbacks in. That's Alpe d'Huez. This is one of the crazy climbs on the tour. 8%. Imagine if they connected that to that. We're talking 28, 30%. We're not talking 8%. 8% is what, 4.5 degrees, maybe something like that. But they put switchbacks in, and these guys are they're hauling down these roads. They're hitting the brakes right here, but for very, very short periods of time. It's crazy how fast you can go either on 8%. It's suicidal to go straight. This is why when you ski, you make turns. Huh? You're making turns. You're mitigating. Well, maybe some people are. I've seen guys go bobbing straight down 70% slopes too. But you make turns when you're like me because you're old and you're frail. Name the city. Yes, San Fran. I don't know what street this is. I was walking up along it and I said, I'll be damned. Look at that. Grade. You can see it in the garages. Estimate the grade, friends. Estimate the grade right there.
25%.
I hear 25%?
15.
15%? Well, let's eyeball it, shall we? It looks like there's the triangle right there, doesn't it? Right? Now, don't get misled by this, because that really isn't the hypotenuse. Well, I mean, you could argue that it is the hypotenuse if you want to. But take it like this. Maybe 5, 6. So maybe 1 in 5 or 1 in 6. So 1 in 5 would be 20%, 0.2, 1/5. 1 in 6 would be, I don't know, 15, 16, 70, 0.1666666. Mike, go ahead, is that what you're going to tell me?
It's 0.17.
Oh, it's 0.17, right, round it off to 2. There you go. Hot damn, look at our estimations. 19%. 19%, right? Right between the 17 and the 20 that we did. San Francisco, some random street. Here's a non-random street. That's a famous one.
Lombard.
That's, I believe, is Lombard, yeah? Yep. 28.7%. With switchbacks. 28.7, let's see, 0.287, look at that. That's roughly what it is. That's almost exact, 16 degrees. You're now getting into like roofline slopes. These are what roofs have for slopes, right? Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. Stay in San Fran. This, I believe, is the steepest street in San Francisco. Filbert, I think it's the steepest one, at least that I found. 31.3%. Look at the sidewalk. It has stairs on it. I imagine because it's too easy to slip down and break your butt, if you don't have stairs on it, I imagine. Yes. Let's leave San Fran. Let's go to New Zealand. The only place on earth maybe that would have a road like this. This is Dunedin Street. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Say that again? New Zealand's odd. It's got 2 islands, one of which is like perpetually, I think, not snowy, and one which has really, really crazy snow, and I think this is the other one that's not snowy, I think.
That's crazy.
I read a story once of a guy who exploded his rear hub on his bicycle trying to ride up this. The road does just like Juniper. It starts kind of flat and then ramps up. And apparently when he hit that uphill, the rear hub of his bike just exploded because it was so much torque. It's testimony to his power of his legs, too, for that matter. But it gets worse.
Wow.
This is the steepest road I have ever seen in the world to date. Do you know where it is? Guesses.
Pennsylvania.
It is in Pennsylvania. How did you know that?
Because I had family there and I thought the same thing with the roads like that.
Whoever designed the roads of Pennsylvania was completely out of their
Yes, they
minds.
were, and it snows sometimes.
They did not bother with switchbacks. They said there's a hill, and I want to get to the other side. Make the road go directly over it.
My family and I were just talking about this like last week.
This is in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's called Canton Avenue with a whopping gradient of 37%. Let's real quick check the angle on that one. 37.37. There it is, roughly there. Somewhere between 20 and 21 degrees. You are now, okay, there's 90. There's 45. There's Canton, which again, doesn't look all that crazy, does it? Until they put a cyclocross race of it once a year.
No way.
Look at this.
Oh my God.
Look at his face. There are not gears low enough. There are not gears low. This guy, oh, the bike and my shoes.
The guy in the background just laughing at him.
I was gonna sign up for this, but I didn't. Look how far back the road is down there, huh? Isn't that crazy? Now, of course, people have to try to beat it, so they build driveways in Florida like that. That doesn't count, though. That doesn't count. That was just because
Why even have a drive?
Because you're in Florida and you can. What I want to see is the car leaving.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. Yeah. Now, I approximated that at 40%, and I will never ever live there. Now, I do have an activity for us to do right now. What I want you guys to do is I want you to break into groups of 2. I think we at least do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Yeah, that's actually perfect. Break into groups of 2. Meet somebody next to you. You're going to partner up with them. And I'm going to walk around and give you each a little tape measure.